It boys in the building tonight. Oh, what a feeling! I'm feeling right. You ain't even got to get cage match out with the dope boys of the year, and the rating is on the house. It's on the house.
On the
You
high.
know on the house. You know what time it is. You know when you see these three faces. It's the It Boys, Indy Takers. Your weekly source of independent wrestling via maybe a podcast, via a watch along, via an interview. Who knows what we're gonna give you? It's like pick a mix. You just put your hand inside the bag and you grab whatever you grab. You get me? But we're in for a canon episode. We haven't done a canon episode in a while, so it's only right. You know what I mean? Give you guys a little something, discuss a few things that's been happening over the last few weeks. It's your boy Delboy, got up daddy, joined by my lovely, amazing, stupendous co-hosts. You know, you got Young Wolf, Young Sasuke in the building. You know, the vibes.
Oh, man.
Got other co-hosts. Might know him as Tamura. Might know him as the owner of CWH. But you'll definitely catch him in Shoreditch with your bitch.
Yes,
Or
sir.
you definitely catch him in Loading Bar, lifting the millions.
And million.
And millions of women. We got Ola. How's the man doing today?
We're good, man. 2 days out.
Oh yeah, let's even quickly talk about 2K quickly. Quickly. Well, Ola wasn't there with us. We went to 2K offices to go and do a bit of streaming. It was very, very fun. We're gonna hopefully be doing more of that for you guys. Yeah, man, it was a good time. 2K as a game though, Mandem, how we feeling?
Funnest game in a long time, man. Honestly, I'm having too much fun. All sleep deprived. Sad.
Oh, facts. Like even if today's episode is not longer than an hour, it's because we're literally trying to get as much as we can squeezed into this podcast episode, so we could all just come off and jump back onto Discord and do TK stuff. You know what I mean? But now the game is absolutely excellent. Big up 2K every single time. The improvements in the game in terms of like the quality of life stuff. The new game modes, everything is absolutely epic. Like even like a few hours ago, we was just all on Discord. Jem was playing a few matches. My core kept smoking his core. Then I had the final match. Yeah, the yeah, the final match, the submission match. I wish Jem recorded it.
Oh man,
I wish Jem recorded this match. This just goes to show that the gameplay of WWE 2K24 is absolutely amazing. It actually felt like we're watching a real match. Like just a shift in the momentum, the reversals, the sequences, the trading blows, even the final finishing sequence to get the bro. It was absolutely epic, man.
Epic match.
Such a cool game. And yeah, man. Jem's got some amazing 2K content that's going to be coming out. Have you announced it yet, or?
It's not really. I wasn't going to announce it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Out there, but yeah, doing a little ECW tribute universe mode, featuring the Mandem as well. So yeah, if you see Mr. King Dell, a hardcore match in jeans and singlet.
Just singlet. Doing this.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, and also the Mandem going to be hopefully doing all 2K videos.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. Definitely want to be doing more 2K videos, especially like in real life content. Like the core stuff are fun. It's fun. But
need to hoop, man.
I'm trying to be in Utah next year, so hey, I'm trying to be with me Stickums on them, man. There, you feel me? So anyway, but yeah, we've got CWH. Obviously, Ola's got CWH stuff. He's working on as well. And obviously we've got the rest things 2K, like the core stuff. Like listen, this year, like I said, with Indy Takers, we want you guys to keep us accountable. Go subscribe to our Wrestling's Gaming channel, where we're going to be uploading more of our gaming stuff. So I think we're even going to post the highlights from the live stream onto the Wrestling's Gaming, just so we can have content there. So yeah, guys, keep us accountable. Because like I said, I'm trying to be up there in Utah with, vibe.
Yep. Oh, vibe.
I'm trying to be there with Deontay. Big up Deontay, man. But let's get into some Indy Taker business. Boy, there's a lot to talk about. We haven't done a canon episode in a few weeks. I mean, I could firstly say right now there's a few tournaments happening in Japan at the moment. New Japan Cup, New Japan. Stardom are doing their Cinderella tournament. Yeah, it's a good time to be a Japanese wrestling fan. Apparently, I mean, some people might say it's not. You know, we recently saw that Jack Perry ended up joining the House of Torture. People are saying that Guido needs to get rid of the pen. People aren't happy. Wait, are you guys not happy with it?
Well, Jack Perry.
Yeah,
I'm not moved.
In the house.
Am I the only one that's moved?
What, with Evil and Deadman?
Yes. I see the vision.
Ola, don't ask another.
I genuinely see the vision.
Okay, explain it to me. I'll close my eyes. Explain the vision.
All right, cool. Everyone close your eyes, yeah?
Go on.
Everyone close your eyes, yeah? Here's the vision, yeah? House of Torture is a group full of rejects, full of people that have been shunned by the wrestling community, full of people that people look at and just feel like, God, like, there's no hope in you. But who better than these scapegoats? The man that uses real glass to cane people, to now be the newest member and even be the leader. Wait, what's funny? I don't understand. Generally, House of Torture get a bad PR. But one thing I will say about House of Torture, they're more over than Rover. Japanese fans F with them. Japanese fans F with them. Granted, a lot of their stuff is shenanigan filled, but here's the thing with House of Torture. What they're bringing to New Japan is entertainment. And who's more entertaining? Who's more entertaining than someone like, let's be real, outside of AEW, outside of New Japan, yeah, Jack Perry is the reason we're getting The Rock at WrestleMania. If we actually deep it, Jack Perry is the catalyst of pro wrestling. I know we're not meant to be talking about WWE or AEW, but Jack Perry, without Jack Perry's incident at All In, so much stuff would be. See, we would not be getting CM Punk as DLC for 2K.
The domino effect is crazy,
bro. The butterfly, domino, whatever you want to call it, without Jack Perry, none of that would happen. And I feel like with New Japan has needed an injection of Gaijin talent. The top talents have left New Japan. Okada's gone. Will Ospreay's gone. Many people might have certain words for Tamatonga, but he was a New Japan mainstay. He's gone now. Why is Jem laugh? Tamatonga is a mainstay. Was a mainstay talent. He was there for maybe 10 plus years, if that. Do you know what I mean? We've now gotten the likes of a Nick Nemeth, who's now the new, what's it called? What's that belt called? The belt he beat David Finlay for the belt.
IWGP
Junior.
No, not junior belt.
I know what belt you're talking about though. The name's gone though.
And the thing is, once I type it in,
I know you're talking about. Don't know the name though.
Global Championship.
That's it.
You beat Dave Finney for the Global Championship. We've got the likes of a Matt Riddle now. Matt Riddle's won the New Japan World TV title.
I don't know about that one there still.
I'm not mad at it. I feel like the only problem is that cool. We've got an injection of new talent within the New Japan roster, but like Ola mentioned of Cam, the main event division is still looking a bit. It's not making sense. It's not making any sense. You know what I mean? So I'm feeling maybe this New Japan Cup is now a means to kind of like build around. Okay, cool. Who is going to be the future and push this company forward? Because generally it's needed. A lot of the booking decisions that's happening in New Japan at the moment, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not really understanding it. But and Jack Perry's the one to do it. Jack Perry for IWGP Heavyweight Champion.
No.
I think for me, yeah, I was so attached to the Jungle Boy character. It's still difficult for me to look at him as like a credible heel. I know he's got the beard, he looks grizzly.
Yeah.
He's like, he has bulked up tiny little bit. So he is trying to get that point across, like, I'm not the same guy, but
yeah,
it's my personal thing. I can't look past that Jungle Boy, and it worked, like it really worked. But obviously, the glass shattering business and real glass kind of led to this point, I guess. I mean, he was already going in that trajectory already, but now, like, what happened in the incident and coming back and being this tough boy gimmick, maybe it can work. I mean, maybe New Japan needs something like that. I mean, I don't know. When I saw it, I just laughed.
It is. I hear it though, because with House of Torture, outside of like Japan, they've got bad press. Because think of it. Imagine world-class football players. You've got a team full of solid football players, but every time they go and play a match, all they do is just do kick-ups, and they just be doing trick shots, and they'd be doing Jogger Benita. Jogger Benita compilations, yeah. When these men are meant to be hooping, but they're just there to have fun, and it's like fans are looking at it like, fam, there's so many people here that have, like, they've got actual potential, but they're not using it. But then at the same time, from an entertainment aspect, because in ring and match wise, they're not delivering as much as they should be. But from an entertainment aspect, it's like, okay, I don't like watching their matches, but their matches give me something. Like, there's a talking point to their matches.
Yeah. I have a question. Yeah, New Japan's like a big victim of having multiple factions or like massive groups. Yeah. Do you feel like in a promotion where story isn't really the main focus, do you feel like it makes sense to have so many different factions that don't usually cross over as much, like don't really cross paths as much? I don't dabble into New Japan as much as I should, but I remember last year, I think it was United Empire and TMDK that had a look. Do you remember it?
What, fam? That match with Mikey, bro, that tag team match that they had. I wish more people spoke about that match. That match was bloody brilliant, man.
Immense. I need to go back and watch that.
Match.
But yeah, the question is, do you feel like they should be doing more of that and having it mean more to kind of boost up these massive teams that they've got going around in New Japan, or do you think it's fine as it is?
I think
basically,
go on, Ola.
No, I was just gonna say, it sounds like Jem wants to see faction wars, fam.
Basically, but not all the time. I'm not asking for it all the time, but I do feel like if you're gonna have, like, not to say New Japan does, but if you're gonna have like 8 factions on one show, surely at one point, there's gonna be one faction that wants more power. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, we'll probably say that Bullet Club's at the top of that list. Maybe I'd probably say TMDK, but that's just me in it because I'm a TMDK fan. But surely one faction is going to look at another faction like rising up the top and be like, no, that can't run. Like, you know what I mean? Sort of thing. I don't see it happening too often, but there's so many factions in New Japan.
The thing is, the way I look at it is that New Japan operates on factions, but the way I kind of look at factions in New Japan is like, think of it like camps. Camps for fighters. You unite when you need to, and you do your own thing when you need to as well. But that doesn't stop you being in the camp fighting other people in your camp. But the mentality is our camp over everyone. The only thing is that's kind of conflating it is that certain camps will have sub camps and sub camps and sub camps and sub camps, and then you look at it, it's like the camp overall doesn't even rate this sub camp. So like a Bullet Club Bulldogs, who is who are a sub camp of Bullet Club, we're being told on TV that Bullet Club War Dogs are the number one faction within Bullet Club, and Bullet Club War Dogs do not rate out all the other sub factions. House of Torture are part of Bullet Club as well. So essentially, Jack Perry is part of Bullet Club, but on TV they're not kind of acknowledging that House of Torture are still a part of Bullet Club. It seems to run as its own entity, which I think at some point, I'm sure, and I don't know, maybe sometimes the wrestling fans were not patient, but I'm assuming maybe at some point we will see House of Torture versus War Dogs or whatever. Because for me, I feel like with what David Finlay needs to do, and I keep telling people that this is the reason why people can't take David Finlay seriously, because there's too many people underneath Bullet Club. What David Finlay needs to come out and do and say, listen, fire for Bullet Club Gold. They're not even part of us. We kicked that nigga out and he went to go start his own Bullet Club. That makes no sense. Fire for that. ABC, fire for that. You guys are under Jay White, so you guys can't be under me. If you want to be under me, you have to pledge allegiance to the War Dogs. Or else. House of Torture, triple fire for that. You men are whack. You men are whack. You men are done. You know what I mean? Who else? Chase Owens, fire. Kenta, fire. Taiji Shimori, we like you. Fire. They need to solidify and say, listen, we are starting Bullet Club from scratch. And if it's not War Dogs, it's not Bullet Club. That's how it should be. And then from there, you can kind of see, okay, cool, stories can be told in Impact. Like, yeah, we've just been kicked out of Bullet Club, but we were there because of Jay White. So maybe if we link up with Jay White, we can be a Bullet Club Gold. Or even a Chase Owens and a Kenta can be like, you know what? You turned on us, so we could either join up with House of Torture. We don't really fuck with these, man, but you disrespected them. So we're all going to link up and try to take out the War Dogs. Or they could even go and join Hontai or Chaos or whatever. Like, there's so much that can be done, but I just feel like New Japan as a whole at the moment, when it comes to the storytelling and the pen, for me, it just doesn't necessarily make sense. And there's no real kind of like clear-cut division of like, okay, cool, we've got like a Nick Nemeth in, we've got in a Matt Riddle, but then it's like, we've got the Yota Tsujis, we've got the Yuyas, we've got the Rens, we've got all these people. Why are we like, it shouldn't take so long to just push these men straight to the stars.
Yeah.
Like, these should be the man that, okay, cool, Okada's gone, Will Ospreay's gone. These are the man that's like, cool, responsibility in man's hands. Straight away. Like, this New Japan Cup that's currently happening at the moment now, this should be the means of building the Yota Tsujis, building the David Finleys, building the Yuyas, building the Jeff Cobbs, where it's like, you know what, we're going to have a solidified main event scene outside of a Will Ospreay and a Okada. Because that man can't carry everything forever. Naito can't carry. Naito's knees are giving up. Naito's knees are turning into suya dust. I'm so sorry. It will be over for him soon. And it's unfortunate to say. Naito's knees are Khaleesi. It's everything that begins with K is that. Feel me? Like, we have to be serious, do you know what I mean? And sometimes it's like, it's hard for New Japan. Like, I see why New Japan fans are always complaining online. I see why New Japan fans are complaining online, because it doesn't seem like there's any real direction. But this New Japan Cup should be the means of pushing people and now starting stories where we can now look forward to a Wrestle Kingdom next year.
That also, I think, doesn't help as well. This is my opinion as well. I feel like there's too many belts in the company. That's just my opinion, though. People think otherwise, but it makes the competition for me not as like if you're in a company like that big, right, and you've got so many championships, like if you can't get to the world title, you're not going to be like, oh, I really can't get to it. You're just going to be like, all right, cool, man, I'll just go fight for this belt. Do you know what I mean? Or I'll just go fight for the TV belt. Or I'll just go fight for the... Do you know what I mean? There's always something else that you can go after, which is a good thing. But then it kind of, for me, decreases that hunger of like, oh, I need to be world champion in New Japan. Like, and right now, as we were talking about in the main event scene, I don't feel like the hunger's there because there was no one there to be given with anyway. But there's so many different options. Like, I know it would be cliche for them to do this, but like as you were saying, they've got all these guys that they could instantly push as well. But then you've got like Nick Nemeth and Matt Riddle that have come in. Could have just put them straight into the main event scene realistically. Like could have just easily done that. But then they've gone after other championships because they're just there and they could do with, you know, a Matt Riddle taking that TV title to MLW and Nick Nemeth taking his championship to TNA, and it's probably like, oh yeah, like we can get more presence and more eyes on us. But it's like, also, why can't you just chop them into the main event scene? Do you know what I mean? Why don't they want to just like, if I'm a Nick Nemeth, bro, and I've been me, as I said earlier today when we were in Discord, I'm doing up 5-star matches and I'm losing, and I've been in WWE for this long. Do you think, Mandem, let's be realistic, do you think I'm leaving the E to go anywhere else and then fight for mid-card championships, with all due respect? Do you think I'm doing that? I'm going straight to the, bro, I'm walking in there and I'm saying, listen, I'm a main eventer. Let me prove I'm a main eventer. I'm going straight for that title. But yeah, I think there's too many championships as well. You know what? New Japan could just do a whole reset. Like a whole reset. New logo, new stage.
They can't change that logo. They can't change that logo. Do you know what it is? You see, when it comes to like the whole too many belts, yeah. I definitely agree with what you're saying in certain parts. Do you know what I think the clear problem is? One, this is Kota Ibushi's fault. The minute he what's it called? He put the IC title and the world title together.
Trouble.
Big trouble. Because at that time in point, if you weren't getting to the world title, there was hunger to get the IC title. Yeah. Whereas now we've had the US title belt that was essentially added for the US branch, but then was now said, okay, cool, this is going to be the IC title representative. It then got turned into the UK belt. And that's not to say that the belt didn't do what it was meant to do in terms of like work rate and stuff of that nature. We've got pretty good matches, and the lineage of that US title, UK title, is brilliant. Absolutely amazing. But in the same breath, this is a belt that should be used to build the next stars. This is the belt that should be used. We spoke about main events in Discord. This should be the belt that should now be a main event belt. If we're having a Wrestle Kingdom or we're having a New Year's Dash, this should be a main event belt. Like we're having a double header main event, one for the IC title and one for the world title. That's how the global belt. This is how they need to position the global belt now. So I would definitely have put Nick Nemeth within the range of a world title, but then if you're also going to give Nick Nemeth a global title, make that feel global. Make that feel like it's a secondary title where, you know what, people need to be gunning for this belt. There needs to be an urgency of, you know what, I want that belt. There needs to be a division. The same way the IC title was synonymous with a Shinsuke Nakamura, synonymous with a Naito. This is how the global belt should now be looked at, and so it can be synonymous with people, and so the legacy of it can build.
I also think that they need to really have a like plan in place, or discussion in place about what the next steps are for like someone like a ZSJ, because even he should be
they need to skyrocket that guy straight to the world title picture,
bro, with ease. But I got a feeling that they're not going to do it. But for me this year, I feel like with New Japan, the G1's going to be a big telling for the direction that they're going to go in moving forward. That G1, I don't even know. Like, I know I can imagine names that are going to be taking part in it, but in terms of winning it, I don't even know what they're going to do realistically. But like you said,
go on. Sorry.
No, I was saying like you said, like this is the time. This is the chance for them to now take all of these guys that should be stars or that could be stars and actually make stars out of them through that G1 or even through this cup. Like, we don't even need to wait till G1.
Who do you guys think is going to win the New Japan Cup? Okay, I've got two questions.
I'm going to end up being biased.
Who do you think it's going to be? But who do you want it to be?
Okay, cool.
Let's add a bit of fun to it.
Who I would want it to be?
Yeah,
Yota Fiji. Let's push that guy to the moon, fam. As for who would win it, I'm not too sure, you know. I'm not too sure. Jem?
Me, I'm not even watching the cup, so I'm not even involved in this question. I'm not watching the
I
cup.
don't know. Del, what do you think?
Who I want? I want Jack Perry to win, if I'm honest. I genuinely want Jack Perry to win. You sir?
Is his internet finished?
I want Jack Perry to win, but because I can't be asked to do that edit that this guy made me do a time ago. I want Jack Perry to win, but who I think's gonna win? I think it's gonna be David Finlay. Has to be.
Makes sense.
That's interesting.
I'm a big fan of David Finlay. I ain't got a problem with that.
Yeah, I think it has to be David Finlay. But yeah, we'll see. Who knows? Guido might just jambaz and shock us all and make it Rennerita or something, or someone that we don't expect.
I mean, I wouldn't complain, innit?
I don't care. For me, I like different stuff anyway. So even when Evil won, I didn't mind. A lot of people shitted on it when he won years ago. I didn't mind because I like different stuff. Same way when Jinder won the world title, I didn't mind because I like stuff I like people that like to shake the system, shake the status quo. You know them ones.
That was horrid, but we're not going to talk about it.
like to be like, oh shit, they actually pulled the trigger, and I didn't think they would. Sometimes wrestling is too predictable, man. If Tori Yano was to win, I wouldn't even care. The company will be in bits, but hey.
Question: yeah. This is more for Del. Ollie, you can answer as well because you probably might know. But I don't know how the Japan system works in terms of talent going to different companies and poaching talent, stuff like that. But correct me if I'm saying his name wrong as well. But do you feel like New Japan could do with someone like Kiyomiya or whatever his name is? I can't say his name.
Kaito.
Yeah.
Kaito Kiyomiya.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, he's back and forth between New Japan. I feel like he needs to go there.
But yeah, do you think like how does it work to get him permanently? Is it the same as like WWE and all of them? Like his contract has to expire, or can they kind of like buy his contract?
I'm not sure if New Japan have ever bought someone's contract out, but I'm assuming they would have to come to some sort of deal between both companies.
Yes.
Obviously, they're in cahoots now, innit? So they'd more than likely work something out. But yeah,
I think he needs to go there, man. Like, I'll be so invested if he goes there. I rate him so highly.
No, he's great. I wanted him to win the G1 last year.
I wanted him to be the one to replace Okada. Not to replace, but step into that spot, if you will.
I wanted him to beat Okada for the belt.
Yeah, I did.
Like after he lost the belt, I wanted him to beat Okada. Like Okada finished him in their match. Okada, bro, finished him.
And there was no get back.
Bro, no get back. So I was thinking, you know what? If Okada holds on to this belt a bit longer, I would love to see the shock win of Kaito Kiyomiya winning the world title. That would send everybody into the astrosphere. Bro, internet will melt down. Like what? This young kid from nowhere that got smashed in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah, he got
somehow
beat one of the greatest world champions of all time.
Madness. That's a star born right there,
bro.
But this is what I mean. You see, things like this, yeah, this is what I've been trying to say, fam. Like, it just speaks to New Japan's lack of preparation for their big stars to leave.
I think they think they get comfortable.
They fumbled, man.
It's not even that. It's just like they get comfy. Like once something is there and it's working, and you know, like they probably looked at Okada and, with all due respect, probably looked at him like,
this was a lifelong.
Yeah, he's never going anywhere. But these man, there's only so much. And if you're not giving them what they want to do, like, you know, like we had that War Games match. Now, that's something that a lot of these men are looking and want to be a part of now. So like, if you're not giving these men in Japan what stuff that they want to do, of course they're going to look elsewhere. Of course, money is obviously a big factor. But the Japanese economy is on a complete downfall right now. A lot of these men want to kind of get out and do stuff elsewhere. But yeah, you can't get comfortable, man. Like you've always got to be building for the future. I'm sorry to bring them into the conversation, but this is why we have to appreciate what NXT is to WWE, because, you know, they've got their next 10, 20, 30, 40 years prepared. New Japan has this incredible dojo that many talented stars have come out from, but we're not really seeing the fruits. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's there, but it's like, where are these guys now? Like, on your show, how credible are you making this dojo? How are you setting up for the next 10, 20, 50 years of your company? Do you know what I mean? So just don't think you can get comfortable. Just to touch on the name, though, I would love to see Gabe do a madness this year. I feel like he's really putting in, like, just every time I see him, he gives me, is this guy frozen again?
No.
Is Del frozen?
No, I'm listening, bro.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just listening, bro.
Everyone was just like, now Gabe, like, not comparing them to, but Gabe gives me like stone cold vibes in terms of like the carelessness he has and just how reckless he is in New Japan. Like, guy just says anything and everything.
Yeah.
Like, does he not walk backstage and do they not just cuss him? Like, do they just feel like, bro, you can't be doing that? But I'd love to see him do a madness this year, in some capacity anyway.
Yeah, no.
I'll pose
I'm
a
biased
question
to
to you.
this.
I'll pose a question to you guys. Who are 2 or 3 current New Japan wrestlers who you'd like to see in and around the main event scene at the moment?
Gabe, Yotosuji, and let me pick someone. Jack Perry, man. But outside of Jack Perry, outside of Jack Perry, Show.
Okay.
Show is like one of my favorite wrestlers. I love Show so much.
Okay.
Dolph Ziggler, because, well, Nick Nemeth, sorry. Big Nick Nemeth fan. Nick Nemeth, ZSJ, and Gabe.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'll probably say ZSJ, Gabe, and Yota Stuji as well. I'll say maybe honorable mention Jeff Cobb. I don't feel like he's
Jeff Cobb's a shout
around that. He doesn't get the praise he deserves. The thing is, he's been killing it. He's been killing it for years.
From day one. From day one. He should have been a singles champ. I think, has he been a never openweight champion? Even that belt.
I feel like
don't get me started on that belt, man. Don't get me started, because if I rant, they'll say that Derek is just talking. Yeah, he's been never openweight champion once.
I thought so.
That belt was made, for the sluggers, the man that literally just want to scrap. That was the BMF belt before the BMF belt. Let's please bring back that energy of, you think you're better than me, I think I'm better than you. This is the belt where we're just gonna scrap. This is what that belt was, and what guys like Toby Makabe, Shibata, Yuji Nagata, Tenzan, Hiroki Goto, bro. These are man that I look at when you think of that belt. These are the people that you think of when it comes to that belt, because why? These man did not give a shit.
Yeah.
You think you're better than me? I think I'm better than you. This is what that belt. This belt is not the world title. It's not the mid-card title. This is the belt to show, listen, I'm the baddest.
But you see,
we might need a Wrestling's 2K version. Just any rules. Do you know what I mean? Any rules, just listen, I'm the baddest motherfucker. When I got this belt, it just means I'm the baddest on this roster. Like, that's what the belt is. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's literally just to show that, and I feel like it just needs to bring back that. I think what New Japan mainly needs to fix is the essence of things. The belts having that essence, the divisions having that essence, the roster having that essence, the main event scene having that essence, the company having that essence. The essence has been lost from New Japan.
Yeah,
and it just feels like one thing after the other, whether it's the booking, whether it's stars leaving, whether it like the essence is just gone from it.
When do you
And
think it started?
when I think it started, the essence
Yeah.
left. Trinkles of the essence started to leave once like the elite left. But they're
I
still
was gonna
fine.
say that.
But they were still fine. They were still
I was
okay.
gonna say that.
I
Then
think
they
when
unified. Then they unified the IC title and the what's it called? Then I was like, yeah, we might be done for. Then
Yeah.
COVID happened, and I was like, yeah, we're done. we're done.
Yeah. I can't lie. After that,
And then the
recipe,
crowd
they were
was, and the crowd started, and the crowd couldn't make noise. They had to be
oh
silent.
my god!
I said, yeah, this company's done. It's over.
I think the essence came back a little bit when we were doing Indy Takers last year.
Yeah,
They had loads of shock factors happening.
and that's when the crowds came back.
Yeah,
Crowds have been back, remember, but this is when they were allowed to cheer.
Mm-hmm. That's when it came back for me. Like I started to see, like, oh, like this is a new direction for New Japan. Like different stars, new. They were actually building talent as well around that time. Obviously, we spoke about it as well. They had the TMDK versus United Empire stuff. Like they were really moving in the right direction. And then this Wrestle Kingdom, it's just like, nah, man, it feels too exciting. Let's take it back and do what we shouldn't be doing, even though what we're doing at the moment is right. Like weird way to do things, but we can only hope and pray in it.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. Like as long as Jack Perry's at the wheel in it, then
This man and Jack Perry. Nah, you're not allowed to say his name again.
I'm a scapegoater. I can't lie. I'm a scapegoater. But let's quickly leave Japan. Let's quickly go to America real quick. So I watched the GCW Ashes to Ashes show.
Oh, I'm not listening.
The show that they done yesterday.
I'm not listening.
I can't lie to you. This was one of the worst shows I've ever seen in my life. If I'm being honest. If I'm being totally honest, this match, this show, shit. Like,
really,
it was just. I didn't enjoy it. Like the yeah, I didn't enjoy it. The
no
first match
standout
had
matches.
Any standout matches? Let me quickly go through cage match. So the matches were Maki Ito versus Alex Zane, Broski, Jimmy, Jack Cartwell, Joe Janela, Marcus Mathers for the GCW Extreme title. Maki Ito won.
Whoops.
She won the new belt. Then Violence is Forever versus Xunt. I don't have to pronounce that one, so I'm not going to do it. Stand-up matches. No, there was no stand-up matches for me, if I'm being honest. There's a few death matches, and yeah, I don't know, man. Like
it's what you said. GCW don't know whether they're coming or going from. They don't know what they are.
Yeah, like the highlight was Danhausen making an appearance. He faced Charles Mason. Big up Charles Mason. Charles Mason's amazing. Yeah, like I don't know, man. I feel like GCW's direction is very, 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 very confusing. I genuinely don't know if they want to be an ECW tribute, if they want to be a CCW tribute, if they want to be IWA Mid-South, if they want to be Ring of Honor. I genuinely don't know. It's like they want to do everything combined, and it's like, fam, you can't be adding chicken, blueberries, rice. It's fucking shit, man. Look at the fucking ingredients. Fucking good. Go and make your own bread.
Oh my god.
This is
technical wrestling, death match, tag team, luchadores, death match. Like, bro, give me a break. Like, spare me.
I think it all went downhill after that. Shouldn't laugh.
The ladder thing. The ladder thing.
I'm not saying anything.
Hey, what's his name again?
I'm not saying anything. I don't know.
Hey, he got. Anyways, as you were saying, GCW, man. Look, I told you when I initially first started watching, I've been struggling and I haven't returned. Their product isn't even like the presentation of their product doesn't even make you want to watch it.
The thing is, I don't. It is more time. I don't mind the presentation because I like that feel of like that raw feel.
Wait, what's going on? What's going on? Do I need to switch to my phone?
No. I like the feel of. This podcast is childish.
You said he likes the raw feel.
This podcast is childish.
That one went over my head.
Anyways, I like the feel of like the DIY. Humans are childish. I'm ending this podcast. Thank you guys for listening to Indy Takers. It's been
oh, my head is hurting.
Okay, anyways, let's regroup. Okay, that's what we're saying. I don't mind the feel of GCW. I'm even mad. What's wrong with you, Jem? Okay, I like the aesthetic of GCW. I don't mind it. This guy, he's even mad. I like the aesthetic of GCW. I like the presentation of it coming across like a proper shindy gig. Do you know what I mean? I feel like that adds to GCW, and that's why people love it. I do understand why you wouldn't like it, though. I just feel like, in terms of the match cards, I feel like what they need to do is GCW a deathmatch show. Yeah, it's too much of a variety show, and I can't lie to you. For me to be seeing only El Bendito do 6:30 or like a Hurricane Runner, to now go and see two Oyibo men dressed in wife beaters and gloves to now go and do Death Valley Driver to each other on glass. I can't lie to you. It doesn't. I don't fuck with it. I'll be honest.
It's too much.
I don't fuck with it. It doesn't make sense to me. I hate it.
I feel like
maybe because I just don't like deathmatch wrestling.
Yeah, I feel like to do something with their pay-per-view. That was like their first big. That was a massive thing, and it gave me like ECW vibes, like the way they popped out of nowhere, like how what was it 2022 or 2021? It really kind of started to. Why is everyone laughing?
I'm laughing. I'm listening.
Ola,
what's wrong with Ola?
You
can't trick me. No. Go on.
But yeah, no. Basically, I just feel like it's lost its. People love a rising star in it. Like when something's new and it comes out, pause, nowhere. Look it up. Oh my gosh, we're so childish. I hear it though. Anyway, make sure you like and subscribe in that. I hear it. Well, a new company. Everybody's gonna latch onto it and be like, "Oh my gosh, this is the next big thing." Blah 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 blah. And you had what's his name? Zack Ryder. I can't say. I don't know what his name. What's his name?
Matt Cardona.
That's it.
Oh, Matt Cardona.
That's his home now, isn't it? Like he's made a name, which is fair enough. And if it's gonna do that for some superstars, then all good. But I can't get into the products. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's not the same. Like I can watch W, and to a certain extent, I could watch DZW as well. But with this one, I just can't watch it. Maybe it's like you said. Maybe it's just too much of a variety show.
Yeah, I feel like GCW. I mean, obviously, to GCW mainstays that love the show, they're always going to find something to enjoy. But I think for me, as someone that kind of like watches independent wrestling and tries to keep up with what I can, it takes me out of the show because it's kind of lost that appeal of like it doesn't have anything that's must see to me.
Yeah,
And like some of the wrestlers that wrestle on GCW, I can see them wrestle elsewhere and have fantastic matches.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I do want GCW to do well because it's got the name brand for it. It attracts the stars. They do a lot of shows. I just feel like they just kind of need to pick and choose. Like you've got what they've got Jersey Championship Wrestling that's under GCW. Like, why don't you have that as the premiere for deathmatch wrestling? Or have GCW as the deathmatch wrestling and then JCW as the hoops. Do you know what I mean? So, you know. Yeah, man. Should we head over to the UK real quick? Because
Can do, yeah.
We had Hustle last week, was it? Hustle?
Yeah.
This past week, yeah. Brilliant. I feel like every Hustle show we say is the best. It's the best show that they've done.
Yeah.
But yeah, the last Hustle show was tantalizing. There was a lot to take away from that Hustle show. Tate Mayfest is as great as he always is. Nina Samuels.
Oh my god!
I can't lie to you. A conversation needs to be had about Nina Samuels. I think Nina Samuels is probably the best women's wrestler in the country, and she's even outside of women. She's one of the best wrestlers in the country. Nina Samuels is absolutely brilliant. The whole face turn that she did against Tate was brilliant. Rocco Garcia, take a bow. The powers that be a Hustle. I know you're going to listen to this podcast, so make sure you show that. Make sure you show Rocco. Rocco easily has one of the best characters and story arcs that I have seen.
Absolutely.
It's absolutely, it doesn't even make sense. The story of Adriano, Fabio, just the whole lines. Then it just doesn't make it. It's incredible, absolutely incredible. And the fact that the storytelling is being done from like month to month basis, and even the vignettes that's been used at Hustle as well, is ridiculous. And
you know what's mad about his story? Yeah, I feel like I can show somebody, like I can bring someone Hustle who's never been to a show before, never watched it. They will watch a match, like that's in and around that story, and they will understand what's going on.
Yeah.
And for me, if you can do that, the story's great.
Yeah, 100%.
The story's great because it means that anyone can get into it.
Yeah. But, and I feel like that's the beauty about Hustle. I feel like that's the beauty about Hustle, that you can come in at any point, and even with just like the vignettes that's being shown and just like the way matches are being like telegraphed, you could, like, the stories are clear cut. There's no guessing about what the story could be about or what it is. No. It's clear cut. Bro, even GN1, Cairo versus Cassius. Like,
I thought
GN1 had a face turn how many months ago? Cairo ended up getting a title match, and then they reverted back to being heel. Cairo feigned an injury, went for a springboard, and bro, it was nuts, man, absolutely nuts. And even
bro was injured.
Yeah, bro, it's nuts.
Went silent, and then everyone, like the referee, didn't know what was going on, and I think it was a sudden silence from everybody. I was like, bro, is this guy actually injured? Like, did he actually collapse himself? And then, yeah, what happened. Obviously, I won't give it away. But, yeah, what happened. And I was like, oh, okay. Storytelling, long-term storytelling.
They are too good.
I'll be there.
April 16th, there's going to be a cage match. First ever cage match in Colour Factory. Yeah. You guys, listen, I don't even like to... I'm not even saying it just to be biased, but honestly, Hustle is genuinely the best show in the UK. Like, you can have other shows that do like work rate and, you know, the best matches, and that's completely fine. I will never disagree with that. But in terms of like the whole collectiveness of like a match, the storytelling, the pacing of a show, the vibe of a show, what other show are you going to go to? And what other wrestling show are you going to hear like Afro beats and Kojo Funds and what's it called, Limp Bizkit
Feeling
in
it.
the same playlist, in the same. Do you know what I mean? It's just a whole good vibe, and people there smell nice as well, and there's women there, so you know, if you're trying to find your wife,
Plenty, millions.
I'm going to put a picture on screen. One of our correspondents was actually there advertising Indy Takers to a beautiful babe. I don't know why he's smiling. It's as if I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh shit! No, Hustle's incredible, man. Let's even stick to the UK. We didn't get a chance to speak about it. Rev Pro High Stakes.
You watched a couple matches. So
Yeah.
we'll put the entire show, and then we'll speak on the matches.
So the entire show, from start to finish, I would say was a very, very good show. Very, very good show. I'm gonna just talk purely on the wrestling and the stories. I'm not gonna talk about what I see. Because if I say what I see, they'll say I'm a mad person, and they'll say I have no respect.
No, it's cool.
And
you don't need to.
And the thing is, I still want us to be able to get event accreditation and whatnot without people think I'm insulting them. So I'm just going to stick to what the show provided and not what I saw online. Just as a disclaimer.
Okay.
Cool. So the first match we had was it was meant to be a six-way scramble. It was meant to be Cameron Kai, Flash Mogul Webster, Richard Holiday, Shah Samuels, Shigehiro Iri, and Spike Trevay. We were then surprised with Orange Cassidy, who decided to defend his international title. Obviously, he won. This was good. This was a really, really good match. Really fun match. Everybody got their shit in. All I can say is this is all we've wanted. All we've wanted was for Orange Cassidy to take the international title international and defend it internationally. That's it. That's all we've ever wanted. That's all we've ever wanted. I want us to be able to speak on the Indy Takers and say, yeah, on this week's episode, on this week's All Japan Pro Wrestling, Orange Cassidy defended his belt against Yuma Agoye. Like, I'd want to be able to say, oh, he defended his belt on Beyond or Prestige or even a Hustle. That's what the international title should be. I don't know what Tony Khan is playing at, but hey, we have a podcast to talk about AEW. That's not my job. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. Then we had Danny Luna defending her title against Sapphire Reed, which was a very, very good match. I wasn't really familiar with Sapphire Reed previously. I'd seen a few stuff. That girl can go. That girl's the future. That girl's really, really good. Danny Luna, she's great. She's killing it in TNA. She recently won the tag team titles, but we'll get into TNA after this.
Yeah.
Youngblood versus Kieran Lacey and Mark True, decent match. Don't really have much to say about it. Luke Jacobs versus JJ Gale, excellent match. Luke Jacobs is out of this world. JJ Gale, I'm not too much of a big fan of him. I don't know. I think it's the wrist tape he wears. I just don't like it. I feel like when wrestlers wear wrist tape and elbow pads, it pisses me off. I genuinely don't like it. I don't know. You man as like two core creators, yeah. Is there like certain looks that if a wrestler has, like, automatically you just don't like them?
Grayson Waller's look for him.
Okay, yeah, he pisses me off with the gloves and pisses me off.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you wear black wrist tape and then the elbow pad and pint, yeah.
I don't even like gloves in wrestling no more, fam.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Been able to get away with it as Taker and Styles.
Yeah. We had Mustafa Ali versus Robbie X. This match. Listen, something needs to be said about Mustafa Ali. I'm just happy that he's getting the flowers that he deserves. And Robbie X, I don't know, maybe we need to have a discussion in a future episode. I'll maybe like for us to maybe get like a booker or like an actual Brit wrestler to come on to the podcast. But we need to talk more about why a lot more Brit wrestlers aren't going abroad. And when I say abroad, I'm not even talking Europe. Why are they not going to America? Why are they not going to Japan? Because again, we have the talent here. Robbie X should be one of the most talked about wrestlers in the world.
Yeah.
That guy is bloody brilliant.
He can hoop.
That guy is brilliant. But yeah, Shingo Takagi versus Trent Seven.
Obviously replacing Gabe, isn't it?
Yeah, great match.
Gabe injured or something.
Yeah, he was injured after the cage match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. Then we had Anthony Ogogo versus Ricky Knight Jr. That was a fun match. I want more from Anthony Ogogo. I want to see him wrestle more. Ricky Knight Jr. He's an alien. He's clear. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Conor Mills. I want to talk to you guys about this match. How did you guys find this match?
I really enjoyed it. I didn't have any issues with it. I don't know. I'm just really. I never used to really appreciate ZSJ that much, but as I've gotten older, I started to appreciate wrestling a bit more. ZSJ is clear, man. Like just everything, just his ring presence, his ring awareness, and even him, the way he interacts with the crowd and stuff. Like it's not like he's putting on a gimmick. It's just himself, innit? Like he'll just say something out, and everyone just starts laughing. The whole stadium's laughing, and it's just like you have to have aura about you.
Timing,
bro. Do you get it? Like everything he does is precision, always on point. What's the guy?
Conor Mills.
I'm not familiar with Conor Mills. Really did enjoy his work. I really liked the look of him, how he moved in the ring. So I'm gonna keep an eye out and just see what he does. Is he like active or is he?
No, he's active. He was tag team partners with Michael Oku before the Destination Everywhere. They have had some. Conor Mills is one of my favorite UK wrestlers. I feel like he has kind of like come into his own since they split up. He's very much like you can see that he's become more of like a strong style, strikes. That's become a lot more of his bag now, and he's absolutely brilliant. For me, I think he's got one of the best finishers in the UK. Also, one of the best finishers in the world. With this match, I felt like he was kind of playing more to Zack's style.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the style he was kind of wrestling to kind of like show Zack, yeah, I can keep up with you. It was funny enough that one thing I noticed after this match was Conor Mills was able to walk out. Zack Sabre needed help out. I need to see this match again, but I need to see Conor more so wrestle his style. Okay. And I feel like that would be the means for him to win. I feel like there's another match in this story somewhere down the line.
I was gonna say I like the way he moved, and like it was very technical.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, but I didn't know that wasn't his style.
He's like he has like technical prowess, but his style is never really like technical. It's very much like not necessarily springboards, but it's like a bit cruiserweighty mixed with like the strong strikes, sequencing. But yeah, it was very interesting to kind of see him do this match because I was like, okay, I wasn't familiar that you had all of this in you. So it was good to see.
That's a testament to how good he is, though, isn't it?
Like, bro, he's brilliant. Like, bro, even look at their attire. Man was dressed like Kenta.
Bro, that's what I was looking at. Clean, like who's it reminding me? Like, oh yeah, but it's a testament to how good he actually is. Because if this is my first time watching you, and I'm thinking, oh, you're a technical wrestler, bro, like on point with what you're doing, bro. He's probably got hella bags. He probably do the Gunter vibe. He can probably do everything.
Man, he's dope.
But watch out for him because I really liked what he did in that match, and yeah, that's a good little thing that you caught about him being able to walk out and ZSJ not. So yeah, it's definitely more to be told.
Yeah, one thing I will say, Wrestling's listeners, I will finally admit it. After years of saying otherwise, I will finally say Zack Sabre Jr. is better than Jonathan Gresham. I've said it. I've said it.
Is it? Exclusive.
I've said it. I personally think now. I now personally think Zack Sabre Jr. is better than Jonathan Gresham.
I hear it, to be fair.
For me, for years, I would say that Jonathan Gresham is the number one technical wrestler. But I've been moved. I've been swayed. I genuinely believe now that Zack Sabre Jr. is the number one.
This can't change because I agree. I say right now at this moment.
Yeah, not to say that it won't change.
Yeah,
but I have more faith in Zack Sabre Jr. staying number one than Jonathan Gresham swaying me. And I want him to sway me because I think Jonathan Gresham is amazing. I think he's great. But I feel like, yeah, we'll talk about that in another episode, innit? But yeah. But let's even get into the reason why we wanted to talk about this show. The main event for the Rev Pro Undisputed British Heavyweight title. Michael Oku defended his world title against Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay made a point of he doesn't want to beat Michael Oku for the title. I can't remember the line he said in their promo, but the line was cold.
Yeah.
The line was cold. Like, yeah. Talk to me about this match, guys.
I don't know much.
What is there to say that hasn't been said about both of these two, though?
It's when you think about wrestling cinema, this match needs to be at the top of the discussion because the story you got two guys and they're telling deep emotional story to do with the company, to do with the belt, even to do with Oku's wife or Mrs. I don't know what their status is, but everything involved. Like, and what I loved about it is it wasn't cheesy and done tacky. What they did, it was done authentically and it looked real. You know, like if you haven't watched the match, go watch the match. But the hidden blade to Oku's wife, fam.
Oi.
Fam. And she was, and you know what? Shout out to her as well. I don't know if she wrestled or she has wrestled or she's done any sort of training, but she took that. Yeah,
She took a couple bumps.
Yeah, no, she wrestles.
Bro, does she wrestle?
Yeah, she wrestles.
So for me, honestly, it was enough for the story to take me into the match. But then you've got the hoops and some of the counters I was seeing, some of the reversals I was seeing, some of the sequences I was seeing. It's like these men were actually playing 2K IRL. Like, I'm not even joking. Probably one of the best matches I've seen in a very, very long time. Definitely deserves 6 stars. For me personally. I don't have much to say on the match, to be honest with you. Like, it's one of the matches you have to
watch. Yeah.
You have to watch it. You honestly have to watch it.
I texted him like as soon as the Meltzer ratings came out. I said 6-star Oku. He's like, yeah, nobody's age mate. Yeah, no, that match was an incredible way to cap off a 2-year story, I would say. I'd been, not want to say I was critical of Oku's title run so far. I felt like there was peaks and troughs, you know. Yeah. There were some high points and there were some points where I was just like, yeah, I don't really care for this in the title picture, in your title run. But this match was definitely needed to kind of like solidify, okay, cool. This is the number. This is the guy to take Brit Rest to the next level whilst Oku is gone. Whilst Ospreay is gone. Yeah, like this match was like kind of like an emotional roller coaster. Like there was so much happening, and it's like you're rooting for Oku, but then at the same time you're kind of intrigued to kind of see what happens if Ospreay wins. Like, where does the story go? Like, what does this do for Oku? What does this do for Oku as a person? What does this do for British wrestling? With there not being a British undisputed champion, like, does that now mean that every other wrestler is redundant in regards to Will Ospreay, because Will Ospreay's just won the world title and he's not even he's now signed the AEW wrestler and he just won it for the sake of saving British wrestling from Michael Oku. And it just goes to show that it didn't need saving. Like, Oku was the man for the job to be able to beat, and he made him tap out.
Yeah, that was a big thing.
It made them tap out, and like you said, the way Amira was just involved, getting kicked, the hidden blades. There was even one point where I think Oka had done the drop kick, or he was getting ready to do. He done a drop kick, and he just stared at Tony Khan. Like, wow, this is your new shiny toy.
New shiny toy, man.
I bet. Even like what's it called, when I think Oku had gone for a pin and then he picked Will Ospreay up. Like, just
and he done
calling back to their previous match. Even though what's it called, the tribute to Mad Kurt, rest in peace. Like this song was just a beautiful, like this I said song. This match was just beautiful. Yeah. This match was just beautiful up and down, and generally for me, it is like, don't get me wrong, Ospreay versus Takeshita, I can say from a work rate perspective, was better than this match. But collectively, in 47 minutes, I was taken on a journey with this match. And there's no two people in the UK that I think could have taken me on such an immersive and emotional and thrilling journey of a match than Oku and Ospreay. Like this, everything and more. Everything, like, bro, we weren't even there, but we'd see people tweeting about it in the highlight, like tweeting about it as the match was going on, and we're there thinking, "Fuck, we need to watch this match. We need to watch this match."
Yeah, literally.
You know what I mean? So, good shit, man.
I think
good ingredients.
One thing I'll say is that, and this any of that are watching wrestler, but it's very, very often that you come up against somebody that is like your perfect dance, and when you get that, like, you just got to appreciate that and make the most out of it and tell the best stories possible, because we've seen it in WWE and all of these big companies. Like, there's always that one rivalry that sticks out to you. Like, for me, it's like Shawn Michaels and Triple H, like perfect dance partners. You know what I mean? And Butter and Kenny Omega, perfect partners. When you have that, you got to tell stories like this. You can create a masterpiece. Get going, get a story going. This for me, like, it was even one point where we got thrown into the ring. It actually genuinely looked like man hit his head on the ring post. I think he did.
Yeah.
Blood added to the match. Well, shows when you use blood properly, it actually works. But yeah, okay. I know Tony Khan slid in, but I know it's there. I know it's pending. But yeah,
that's what I was gonna say. Not like an audition for Oki, fam.
Basically, perfect audition.
That guy's going, man. That guy's gone.
They're having Oku and Will in AEW. August, Wembley.
That would be crazy, though, to see that.
In Wembley, fam. I'll be there setting up the ring, so don't worry.
I'll be there.
I've got a question for you guys. And it's concerning like Dave Meltzer, yeah. So I don't know how you man feel. For me personally, I'm not too fussed when it comes to I don't care about ratings in it. Like, ratings for me, I just look at it as a means of, like, when it comes to wrestlers, it's not necessarily ego boost, but if you're like an upcoming wrestler, if you get a Dave Meltzer rating, whether it's 3 stars upwards, that's an endorsement. I see it as that. And then the other matches is just recommendations in it. Other than that, as a fan, I genuinely don't give a shit about match ratings.
Yeah.
Will Ospreay clearly is the needle mover when it comes to Dave Meltzer ratings. The last 3 5-star matches have been Will Ospreay matches. Michael Oku versus Will Ospreay versus Takeshita, Will Ospreay versus Kyle Fletcher.
TV match as well.
Even just speaking about Michael Oku versus Will Ospreay, the last British wrestling British wrestling to get the last Brit Rest match to get a 5-star match, but outside of Michael Oku versus Will Ospreay, was Will Ospreay versus Shingo. Before that, might have even been, let me even double check.
This guy's a
machine from
insane.
Rating
Let me just make
machine.
sure that I'm. So the last one sec. Last one before that was Will Ospreay versus Ricky Knight Jr. Before that was Will Ospreay versus Michael Oku. And before that was Will Ospreay versus Zack Sabre Jr. So every single time that Rev Pro have gotten a 5-star match, there's been one person involved. Unfortunately, Progress have no 5-star matches, but hey, alas, that's not part of my question. Cool. Will Ospreay is now no longer part of Rev Pro. Meaning that this is my question. Forget what I was about to say.
Cool.
Who is now going to be the ones getting 5-star matches in the UK? Again, 5-star matches are subjective. It doesn't now mean that everybody else is shit. But in terms of that actual match rating, for Dave Meltzer to now say, I'm going to watch this match and I'm going to be emotionally invested enough to give it a 5-star. How do you get to that point where we can move past the Will Ospreay and have 5-star matches be like a constant thing? Because AEW are bagging it. New Japan are bagging it. At one point, NXT were bagging it. CMLL killing it. Yeah.
So with CMML, they can do that with the type of style that they have. You know, when you're doing that type of style, is not easy to put on 5-star matches, but you can do 5-star matches without having to do a lot. If that the UK scene, for me, I honestly put it down to one thing, and I always talk about it, is stories. Like if you can tell a good story and get that moving through social media to get to the guys like Dave Meltzer, who probably watches a lot of wrestling and probably doesn't for UK wrestling much, but if there's a big show happening and it's got a deep story to it, definitely will watch it. So I think it has a lot to do with stories, because although this match was going to be epic, you know, we step forward, the story was an emotional roller coaster. If you can do that, it doesn't need to be, that can be added to the UK scene. I feel like will be, because I think it was you that might be all of us, like matches like that are meaningful, like matches that have meaning instead of just. I think it was you. I think it was talking about Rev Pro. I can't remember. We were talking about something earlier today on Discord. Matches have, so that's my opinion. Like, because you got to imagine how much wrestling a Meltzer watches. So he's gonna check for a Will Ospreay match because it's Will Ospreay. Do you know what I mean? But a match on like another company, it's just gonna have to be something that gets through to social media, that gets through to everybody.
Yeah.
But
just to correct myself, CMLL have only had one 5-star match, and that was this year. That was Mascara Dorado versus Templario.
Mascara. Okay.
And Templario, yeah, that was a good match. I watched that earlier this year. Yeah, they've only had, so it's mainly just New Japan, New Japan, AEW. New Japan AEW, New Japan AEW, and a sprinkle of Noah and Rev Pro.
What? No WWE?
WWE have in WWE, the last 5-star match that they got was Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn versus the Usos, and Gunther, Drew, and Sheamus. And then the one before that was Gunther versus Sheamus.
Here.
And before that, Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell match.
Don't hear it. Yes.
Ilya versus Walter.
Here.
Walter versus Ilya Dragunov. But these are all 2020s, and then before that, it will just mainly be like NXT matches that they were, yeah.
more eyes through word of mouth and stuff like that. But are you talking about like, is that one thing you're talking about, and then are you talking about like the stars themselves, or are you just talking about overall?
Wait, repeat that again, sorry.
So are you talking about the stars themselves, how they get themselves into a 5-star match? Or are you talking about overall, like story, the superstars, the match itself, the company? Like, what's the?
I'm saying Will Ospreay is gone. So who are going to get these 5 stars for the Rev Pro and Progress and all that jazz?
I think
Like,
they'll be
what
alright,
needs to be done for 5-star matches to come out of the UK? Now that
I
Will
can't
Ospreay's
lie.
gone.
I think they'll be all right, because I just think it's a thing where people have not been watching, and it's obviously going to be a problem that Ospreay's gone. But Ospreay's also brought along eyes that now know what a Rev Pro is. I don't know, like, because even in the past, like there was a match that was on. I think it was an Oku versus Suzuki card. Yeah. There's a tag match. Let me see if I can find it. Wait. I think it's Aussie Open versus the Velocities.
Oh, that
Go and
was
watch that match. That match is 5 stars.
So, but then my question to you, Ola, is like, how do you get? You said that nobody's watching. How do you get people to watch to get these 5-star matches?
We know what it's gonna come down to, man. We know what it's gonna come down to.
What's it gonna come down to?
I feel like presentation is number one, a big factor in terms of the camera.
Someone said it, not me in it.
No, I'm gonna say it, innit? Because in order to have more eyes, it needs to look visually pleasing, and it's not very pleasing at the moment. It's not. Maybe that's just the way in which I'm not sure who's in charge of Rev Pro, but maybe that's just the way in which they want it to be presented in it. But I think for most wrestling fans, I mean, I can't speak for all of them, but for most wrestling fans, it's not. It's looking a bit. So, but yeah.
Okay.
I think you changed the presentation, and that's a start. Huh?
Other than presentation.
Other than presentation.
Yeah. The core. How do we get these 5-star matches? What is it gonna, and you said that nobody's watching, so I'm saying, how do we get people to watch? And it's not just Rev Pro, it's all of the other companies as well.
No, of course. You see, the thing is, yeah, we was talking about it earlier in Discord. I would have said maybe like a TV deal will help to get more eyes on the product and stuff, innit? But no one watches TV here, fam. TV is dead, bro. No one watches TV here. I don't know, man. I don't genuinely, I don't see how we do it. I'll be real. I don't see how we make it happen.
I think if you get a good story and that clip goes viral, it doesn't matter who it is. Well, it does matter who it is to a certain extent, but yeah, like you said, there's been that hooped, but just people ain't known about it.
No.
So the question is, how do we get people to know about these matches? How do we get people to watch these shows that are behind paywalls that they have to pay for to watch? Do you know what I mean?
Upload the matches to YouTube, man.
Ola said it, not us.
Upload the matches to YouTube, man.
Incriminating yourself.
Some time and upload it to YouTube, man.
I hear it.
Because even the WWE, like, fair enough, they have their matches and stuff, but they're great matches and stuff. But we see them posting their matches all the time on YouTube. It's accessibility. That's what it comes down to as well.
Yep.
So what you saying? Accessibility as well.
I think it's more than accessibility, but if I speak, you'll sound mad.
Yeah,
But no, I would say, I think accessibility.
I've said some of it. I've said some of it.
Accessibility is definitely a key factor. I also believe it's a matter of who you cater your product to. I feel like the way they cater their product, it's very much and I'm not just talking about one particular brand. I'm talking about like majority of like BritRest companies. It seems very much like the internet crowd, but then you're not really catering it to the internet.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like if you you need to go back to the essence of bringing in the big stars. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, you want to build the stars of tomorrow in the UK, but you have to also remember the UK has its own ceiling. Anyways, people are not like I said to you before. Nobody is leaving America and saying, "Yeah, I'm going to go to the UK and become a big star. I'm going to go to the UK and become a millionaire off wrestling." Nobody does that because there's no TV shows here. There's not that type of fanfare here. Of course, wrestling is still popular here, but the difference is there's no infrastructure here for people to be able to come over here to make it as a big star. The UK is just a spot in a bus journey. It's a bus stop in a bus journey. It's not the final destination. Whereas the US, it can be a bus stop, but once you get to that a particular bus stop, you can actually make that particular place your home. Here, you'll come and do excursion, and then you realize, you know what, I've learned a bit, but I don't want Tesco meal.
Let me go back.
I'm getting back to where I'm from because there's infrastructure there. And the thing is, the infrastructure in the UK has never been as big.
Yeah.
It's always been, whether it be one central point. It's like with music as well. At one point with music, all the record labels were solely in London. And that's how a lot of the companies were. The bigger companies that we look at and we look to are in London, Progress and Rev Pro. Of course, you've got other companies plotted around the UK, but solely when you speak to wrestlers, where do they want to wrestle? They want to wrestle in London. But then even then, once you've reached London and you've wrestled the heights of that, at some point, what are you going to be saying to yourself? I need to go to Japan. I need to go to America. For the UK to become bigger, we need to be able to make it a hotspot where talent from outside think, you know what, I have to wrestle there.
Yeah.
Even if I don't stay there for a long period of time, I have to go there because this is where this person is. And yeah, I don't know how it is going to happen because, like I said, we have talent here, but then even then, it's like fans will kind of like shit on the talent here.
So do you think the talent needs to do more to get themselves over outside, or just?
I feel like the talent. I think fans need to appreciate what they have, and I feel like talent needs to fuck off. Get out of here. Genuinely, get out of here. The ceiling here isn't like. Don't get me wrong. I'm 100% sure that there are wrestlers who have been working in the UK for God knows how long, that are working full time as wrestlers, and they're making an honest living. But I think if they were to go and spend some time in America, they will realize, oh, I'm only just scratching the surface. Of course, there's going to be certain wrestlers that have probably worked with WWE and maybe worked with a TNA that have a bit more experience and, you know, can kind of say that, you know what, I've worked those, so I kind of have an inkling. But there are some young talent here that have been killing it here, have maybe gone to Europe, but they've only tasted a smidgen of what could actually be gained. Actually be gained. Bro, look at Michael Oku. Michael Oku has wrestled in PWG, has wrestled in indies all over America. He's even the Jericho Cruise champion. Man like DeReese has moved. Like, of course, it's not conducive for everyone to move to America. I'm not saying that's what should be done, but I'm saying if everybody gives themselves the opportunity to be able to go outside of the UK, whether it be go to Japan, do an extensive tour in Japan, go to America, do an extensive tour in America, you will start to realize that, okay, cool, there's more to life than just
staying here,
wrestling,
fam.
just wrestling here, wrestling in front of a pub crowd, and wrestling in here, wrestling there. Like you'd want to make yourself as global as possible, so that way the opportunities are there for you to meet new talent, wrestle in new brands that you've never wrestled before. And then as time goes on and your name starts to bubble, then there might be a means of, you know what, I might get so and so's attention. And then also fans need to do due diligence as well. If there's a match that is good that you have watched, at Dave Meltzer. Instead of atting Dave Meltzer why he's an idiot or why he's this or why he's that, at him and let him know, bro, I just watched this match. It is incredible. The more recommendation, like Michael, the first match with Michael Oku and Will Ospreay, the reason I know that Dave Meltzer, the reason I know Dave Meltzer watched it because loads of people tweeted him saying, bro, you need to watch this match. And he quote tweeted, where can I watch this match? That's when I remembered. From when I saw that tweet, I remember telling the man them, Oku is out of here.
Yeah.
This tweet is going to change Oku's life.
And
it's as simple as that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's like with Will Ospreay being gone, that shouldn't now be depleting wrestlers from getting 5-star matches. Like
No.
as good as Will is, I don't think Will Ospreay should be the catalyst of what a British 5-star wrestling match is.
No, there's more to it. There's other factors into it, and there's other stuff.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tomohiro Ishii and Luke Jacobs had the same match that Shingo and Will Ospreay had a match on. The same Luke Jacobs and Tomohiro Ishii had the match. That same show. For me, that was match of the night. For me, that was the best match of the night. But I'm sure it just escaped a 4.5 star. So I don't think British wrestling should be exempt of getting maybe 5-star matches just because Will Ospreay is no longer there. But I feel like a lot needs to be done in order for the right things to culminate, and then Dave Meltzer can just automatically program in his brain, okay, cool, this name and this name is in this match. This should be a very, very good match, so I have to pay attention to it. That's how,
Brit Rest, man.
I don't like anything. I feel like when you add it all together, it will contribute to the scene getting more 5-star matches. But yeah, I definitely
do. Should we quickly talk about TNA Sacrifice? Before we even get to Sacrifice, okay, cool. Scott D'Amore is no longer part of the company. Josh Alexander's contract renewal got revoked. So not revoked, but got invoked. So rather than he didn't resign, they just re-signed him. I think he was maybe planning to leave. What are you guys' thoughts of TNA currently?
They're in a weird place.
Yeah, weird.
They're in a weird place, guys, man. Even week to week, you even notice like little subtle changes.
Yeah,
like the X Division match not being first on a card, like it's a Scott D'Amore thing, but it's glaring to someone who watches the product. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's interesting. I think it's mad because I'm gonna say they're in a transition period, but it felt like we was already in one. But it seems like we're now having to transition out of that period to transition into a new one. That's why everything seems like, bro. So it just seems like
PowerPoint presentation,
bro. It just seems like it's a bit all over the place. I think we just need to let the dust settle. But at this current point in time, they're not exempt from criticism, and you can tell that everything's all over the place at the moment. It's coming through in the product.
What about you, Jem?
Yeah, same as what I said. It was undo. Very
Wait, say that again. It sounds like it's cutting out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, no, go on.
I said it feels like they're not trying to undo what Scott did to a certain extent, but they are removing like little elements that made TNA what it is. Maybe trying now to implement their own vision of what they want TNA to be moving forward.
Yeah.
But it also feels like the spirit of TNA has kind of gone. Just from what I watched at Sacrifice, like to me, Sacrifice was just a TV show.
Another pay-per-view, yeah. Another TV show, yeah.
Yeah. And I just don't see that hunger and that desire that I saw in the match stars when we first watched TNA after what was the paper? Was it Hard to Kill? Sorry.
Hard to Kill, yeah.
Bro, that first TV show after that, fam, there was a fire in that building, bro. Like you could feel the energy just watching all the matches, and obviously we had that incredible match with Josh and Will. But yeah, seems like the spirit on maybe the stars feeling the same we are. Like it's not.
The thing is, yeah, when you look at the Sacrifice show, I don't think it was even bad. Like there's 2 or 3 matches on that card that I can say to people that I can recommend and say go and watch this match, like the Hammerstone, Josh Alexander, the tag match between what was it, the Grizzled Young Vets and Ali versus Time Splitters.
Time Machine,
like, yeah. Like you can recommend matches, and I don't think like match quality has gone down, but there is just that feeling of, as you said, Jem, like the spirit as not being, I don't want to say crushed, but it's almost fading or faded a bit from what we knew when we first watched Hard to Kill and the shows that followed after that. But transition, Sha.
Yeah, for me, TNA Sacrifice has become TNA Sacrificial Lamb. Like, yeah, no, I'll just reiterate what you man are saying. Like, I feel like the spirit and the essence. I feel like that's been the key word of today's episode. Essence. The essence of TNA is kind of like depleted a little bit.
We should name this one.
The essence of wrestling.
Pain is the essence.
Yeah.
Pain is the essence. Yeah, like not to say that it's completely depleted, but it's like there's like an energy shift within the product. We don't have to go through every single match. I'll just go through the matches, and if there's a match you want to talk about, just hold me. Nick Nemeth versus Steve Macklin. That was a fun match, I'd say. I think both talent are really good. The System versus ABC for the TNA World Tag Team titles.
Bro, did you expect that result?
Nah, I wasn't expecting it.
My God, where are we headed? You know what's mad though? I think they looked all right in the match.
I can't lie, they're better than I expected them to be.
Yeah.
They looked all right in the match.
There was one spot where what's his name? Ace Austin went for that handstand spot that he usually does at the on the outside the ring, and then Brian Myers just speared him onto the thing but upside down. That was crazy. I can't lie.
Even that backpack stunner elbow drop.
That was cold.
That was so there was some good stuff in there for sure.
Yeah,
I think I just look forward to seeing what else they would do in it. Wow. Yeah, I'm just shocked. I didn't see ABC losing that.
Yeah, no, I wasn't expecting it either.
Getting a new era in it.
Yeah. PCO versus Khan in a disqualification match. I liked the match personally. This next match was a bit shocking for me. Danny Luna and Jody Fret defeated MK Ultra for the TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship.
Just got the belt.
I can't lie, maybe I missed something. I didn't expect Danny Luna and Jody Fret to win. Killer Kelly and Masha literally just won this belt.
Like,
Like they literally just won his belt.
You know what it is, yeah? You know on UK, when like you do a match for a title and someone wins the match, but you didn't want them to win the match. So now you're like, oh, shizzle, I have to correct this. Then you give it to someone else. That's what's happened there.
You know on 2K when you sim the whole year and they got to check the title history.
Yes,
And two people that you didn't even know would be put in a group together and not winning. It's like, what the fuck? Yeah, that was a bit baffling. I mean, Danny Luna, I like Danny Luna. Danny Luna's cold. Jody Fred, I'm not too fussed about. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Hammerstone versus Josh Alexander. I wish I had my mic, but Banga Badizio, man. This match was great. This match was great.
Hammerstone, you tricked me in MLW, man.
That's the thing, man. Hammerstone was killing it. Then he became more champion at MLW, and then he just became fucking shit. And then, bro, he's put on bangers back to back with Josh Alexander now. Yeah. And he signed with them now, full time now. So big him up, man. Big up Hammerstone. We had Mustafa Ali and Grizzled Young Vets versus Time Machine, which is Chris Sabin, Kushida, and Alex Shelley. Banga Bandizio. We're starting to see a bit of dissension coming from Alex Shelley. Where do you guys see this? Where do you guys see this story going?
You see, I was thinking about this earlier today, and genuinely, I don't know. I did predict that Shelley would have this kind of like, I don't know what the word is, but like, yeah, like,
no doubt.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I'll be so honest with you. I genuinely don't know, but I'm on the train. I am here for the ride, fam.
Is it?
Every week.
Is it?
Every episode is
Ola Rider. Ola the Common Rider. Ghost Rider. I'm wary.
Listen, man. At the end of the day, innit?
Do you think split Motor City Machine Guns is a mistake?
Splitting them.
I'll never split them.
The thing is, I don't know if maybe it's just me, maybe just me tired, but I think I'm tired of the eventual tag team split and then one going heel and one going face and then them facing each other and it's like a blood feud and it's like, oh, you held me back and and it's like, please spare me the dramatics and give me something different, man. What the fuck? Fucking shit. Fucking shit. Just give me something different. Do you know what I mean? Like, if you are going to do something like that, at least make it a bit more like interesting or something innovative, something that's not been done before. You know, I'm tired of the whole "you held me back" or this or "you betrayed my trust" and like, but that's all played out, man. We've seen that with every single tag team that splits up.
Boring.
It's dead, man. Or you took my woman, or fuck off, man.
You took my woman.
Go and get someone else, man. Do you know what I mean? But I'm intrigued to kind of see where they go. I think, I'm intrigued to see where they go. Jordan Grace versus Tasha Steelz versus Aya Brookside for the Knockouts World Championship. We had what's this boy girl's name? Ash by Elegance. She was ringside. They spilled champagne on her, and yeah, how'd you guys find this match?
Her butler slipped from her. I don't know. The match was okay. Yeah.
Then we had the main event, Moose versus Eric Young. For the first time, I have nothing good to say. I have nothing.
What did I tell you about this?
The only good thing I could say is Eric Young still looks good.
He can hoop.
He does.
Moose was wrestling at like 5 miles per hour, and it was fucking annoying.
I'm telling you, Moose is not the guy. I don't care what you are. I don't care.
Do you think?
He's not the guy. No.
Moose, man, look what they've got. Moose, I've been defending you for time. Look what you got me doing now. I can't even back you today.
Watching.
But I have faith in you next pay-per-view, though. I have faith in you next pay-per-view, just not this one.
Yeah, I just need to see more from Moose, really.
I just don't get this whole system, man.
And the faction, yeah, it's not.
Just don't get it, man. This faction, I don't know what the end goal is, man.
I think he is approaching Hammerstone territory if he hasn't already, in terms of comfortability and giving us average matches.
Yeah,
I feel like there might actually be something there with Moose if he's not in TNA, if the surroundings are different. I feel like
you want to see him somewhere else.
Yeah, but I don't have anywhere where I can say that, yeah, I would love to see Moose here, but I would like to see him somewhere else.
New Japan. Well, he's been there before, but I like seeing him in New Japan.
Was he good there?
Yeah, he was solid. Pause. He used to be part of Chaos.
I did not know that. When?
He used to be part of Chaos. Like 2015, 2016, like just before he signed to TNA, he was part of Ring of Honor, and then it was good, man. I feel like he's better now.
Yeah,
as a worker, he's better now. But
I'm one of those people that has to have the correct, like absolute correct opponent for him to work well. Or do you think he can work well?
I just don't understand why he's wrestling at 5 miles per hour. He's wrestling at Gigi Dolan. It's annoying me. Wrestling at Gigi Dolan, I don't get it. Like, I genuinely don't understand. Like the way he's wrestling, the lights are on, but nobody's inside. I just don't understand. Like nothing is making sense whilst he's wrestling. That match just made no sense to me.
Yeah, it wasn't a good main event. Personally, it just put I just thought
main event.
I just was scrubbing through it, man. Just like, fuck this, man. I just need to be excited.
We had the Kazarian interaction as well.
Oh yeah. What do you guys think?
Wait, the hell doesn't sound at all. I said, oh yeah.
Fam, I can't lie to you. This pay-per-view was sacrificial lamb. It wasn't even a sacrifice.
It was man.
Like there was some good stuff in between it, but I'm just like generally, I don't know, man.
I think that's I don't know. Like we said in the TNA, they're in a weird space right now, boys, man.
We'll see what they do this week on TV.
Yeah.
But yeah,
it's gonna be some time, bro.
Where's my boy Leon Slater, man?
Oh, he wrestled yesterday. Well, yes, he's in Canada at the moment. He's wrestling the Canadian show, so he's finally making his North American debut in TNA. So
praise God, man.
Assuming that might be showing this Thursday, I think.
We need that.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Any final words? Any final topics, discussions before we call it a night?
Make sure you're there at the next Hustle show.
Yeah.
A cage match at Hustle.
You'll be there.
Go on, don't come. No, don't come. Don't come.
Excuse me?
When you see the clip, when you see the clips and you see that, you know. End the podcast, please. End the podcast. End the episode. No, end the episode now.
What are you hiding for? They already know you're a disgusting vagabond. Anywho, We appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys continue liking, comment, subscribing. Check the links below for our Fanatics page for a discount code for WWE products. We also wait 1 second. Let me get the name right. What was this? 1 sec, guys. So Rafe, they do energy drinks. For if you guys are streaming, whether you guys are gaming, whether you guys are watching content. I don't know what type of content you guys be watching. But whatever content you guys be watching or making, or whether it's streaming or Twitch or Kick, or check out Wrestling's 10 for 10% off all your Wraith drinks. Yeah, man, make sure you guys check it out. I don't know why the man am laughing, man. You know, childish, but hey, hey, man. Hey man, yeah. I'll be dope. Oh god, yeah. I've been Delboy.
Young Wolf.
Ola, man.
It boys. We over and out.